Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Vedi Maditati. I know it's been quite some time since I uploaded a video and thank you so much for your patience and continued support. I'm really excited to be back and from today onwards we'll be learning operating systems in a simple and detailed way. So if you are a beginner, don't worry. By the end of this series, you will have a strong understanding of operating system. And now, have you ever wondered how your phone or laptop knows what to do the moment you press the power button? Who manages all the apps, files, memory, and hardware? The answer is operating system. And today we are going to understand it from scratch. So let's get started. Now, coming to the definition of operating system is a system software which acts as an interface between the user and the hardware. Now, let us understand each term of this definition in detail. Now, coming to this, operating system is a system software. Now, what do you mean by software? Software is nothing but a set of tested programs with documentation. What do you mean by documentation is the directions of how to use it. Your software is nothing but it contains some specific sort of programs with some indications like how can we use it. Okay. And now coming to the term interface. Interface is nothing but it is like a medium, and the role of this interface is it makes our tasks to perform in a easier and efficient way, and the user is the person who are using. And coming to the hardware is nothing but a physical component of a computer that you can see and touch. The example of hardware are CPU, input output devices, and memory. Now, this is your complete definition of the operating system. That is nothing but a system software which acts as an interface between the user and the hardware. And now, coming to this software, it is categorized into two types, that is of application software and system software. What do you mean by application software? This application software is designed for performing some specific sort of tasks. And coming to your system software, it provides a platform for the application softwares to run. This is your two categories of software, and now we are going to see the relationship between user, application software, system software, and then hardware. Here I have a question for you. Can a user directly interact with the hardware? The answer is yes. A user can directly interact with the hardware without using the operating system, but it is somewhat difficult for us. So let us understand why it is difficult for us to interact with the hardware without using this OS. For example, if you want to switch on the fan, then what is the medium you require to switch on the fan? A switch is required, right? So if there is no switch and you have to switch on the fan, then let us suppose you have to connect it via wires. But some people may not be aware of how can we operate and how do we connect those wires, right? Like without switch, it is difficult for us to switch on the fan. In the same way, without OS, it is difficult for us to interact with the hardware. Let us consider another example, like in our C language. If you want to write a simple program to print hello world onto the screen, then you will be using a function named as printf, right? Like printf hello. And then simply you will get the output as hello onto the console. What is actually happening inside is to implement this printf function, there is a huge amount of code which is inside the OS. So if there is no OS and if you want to write your hello world, like if you want to get this hello world onto your console, then you have to make a large amount of code, right? You have to write the code which is behind this printf, and also then you have to implement your printf function. Like it is not a simple task, right? Only experts can handle such things. We as a beginner will be not able to know such complex task, right? Will be not able to handle such things. That is the need of our OS. With the help of this OS, we are just making a system call, and via this system calls we can be we are able to implement some things directly instead of writing this whole code which is behind your printf function also. In this way, OS acts as an interface between the user and the hardware, which is making our things easier, right? Without OS, if you want to write whole code always, then it is not possible for us. Like only experts can handle those hardware. Okay, now the role of OS is it makes the access of hardware easy for the user. And now coming to this functionalities of operating system. So there were 6 major functionalities of operating system. The first thing is resource manager. If you open your taskbar in your desktop, then you will see that a specific percentage, you can see like CPU 2% is allocated, for memory 3% is allocated, and for input output devices 5% is allocated. Like such division is done for each resource. A specific task is already allocated, and this OS acts as a resource manager, which is a first functionality. This allocation of tasks is handled by our operating system. And now coming to the second functionality, which is nothing but process management, which is also known as process scheduling. We'll learn about this in detail later. And now the third type is memory management, which is nothing but RAM. Actually, all the processes are made in main memory, but the size of this main memory is small. Like if you want to perform multiple tasks, then everything can't be stored in your main memory, right? It should be shifted to somewhere else. This swapping of memory is done by our memory management. For example, to write a C program, you will have some files, right? hello.c2, hello.obj and hello.exe. These were stored in our secondary memory. And now coming to the fourth functionality of operating system, that is input output device management. Let us suppose that you are having 3 desktops and only a single printer, and if you want to print something, our operating system will manage which user should access. Okay, this is about your input output device management. We'll come to understand everything in detail. This is just a introductory video. And then coming to the fifth category, that is storage management. Our OS is also responsible for the storage management, which was generally made in this hard disk via this file system. OS is responsible for this. And then coming to the last functionality, that is security and protection. Like for example, if you set up password in your system, and let us suppose you're playing a video game PUBG and you're also using some other application, then if there is no OS, then your information will be swapped from one app to another app, which is not secure, right? And there is no protection. So to avoid such things, this OS will give security and protection. Like many processes are running, right? Only one process can be done, and this process can't be interfere with each other. This will be taken care by our operating system. These are our 6 functionalities. The first one is nothing but resource management, and the second one process management. Coming to the third one, memory management. Fourth is input output device management. Fifth one, storage management, and the sixth one is security and protection. And now coming to goals of operating system. The first one is convenience, that is easy to use, right? And the second one is efficiency. And the market share of this Windows is approximately, it is 95% previously, and it was 82% for now, because it is very much easier to use, right? The users will use such operating system which can be easily like if they feel it easier to handle, then only such operating system will choose, right? Since your Windows operating system is very easier to handle, uh, the market share of this is 82%. This is just a general thing. And now coming to this types of interfaces, here you will be having two interfaces, that is GUI, which is nothing but graphical user interfaces. Here this GUI is nothing but your system call. It is made via images and commands. And the second one is CUI. Here it is like CLI. It is CUI, which is also called as CLI. CUI is nothing but character user interface. It is like system command. Like we'll interact through some text. So it is called as also called as CLI, which is nothing but command line interface, which returns the output which is on text. This is all about two types of interface, and this is our introduction about operating systems, and hope you're clear with this. And if you have any doubts regarding this topic, feel free to ask me in comment section and let me know whether to continue this series or not, and if any suggestions to be and suggestions and improvements to be made from my side, you can please mention those things in comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.